Hello, just a bit of scrap. There is a fridge freezer in there, but that's not going to the scrapyard. So we're, yeah, there is a pallet truck. There you can see the pallet truck there. That's heavy. Heaters, steering column, cables, going to strip off. From the back, couple of bikes, brake discs, a huge, really heavy Defender bumper, really weighty, and all sorts of bits and pieces, big lumps of steel. So we're going to set about just stripping some of this stuff down, and then we're going to take it to the scrapyard and see what we get paid for it all. Speak to you later. Hello! Oh, you joined me? Just on the outskirts of Fordingbridge. I've just picked up, but I've had nowhere to turn around. And I saw this lay-by and I dived into it. I could have turned round in the junction just prior, but I thought I'd park there and I can pee in my bottle, and then I can also set the camera up. We're in Dorset. Yeah. So everyone's alright, I'm feeling a bit better. Although I do still have a little bit of a cough. Not as bad though. I reckon I'm going to turn around here somewhere. Let's try it. Let's try it. Go. Go. Blimey, they're all coming in here. What are the chances of that happening? Right. So we just picked up a big assed exercise bike, which wasn't quite as heavy as I thought it was going to be. It was alright. But a nice little runner anyway. I like to change every now and again. So yesterday, I weighed in yesterday, and I can't remember how much. It's Tuesday today, by the way. Monday, yesterday, obviously, because that's what happens. Monday, then Tuesday. So that's why I stopped just a minute ago, and that's where I was going to turn around, but decided to pull into the lay-by. Anyway. I emptied out Friday. No, I didn't. Yes, I did. I emptied out Friday. Can't remember how much it was. 50, 60 quid, I don't know, something like that. And then over the weekend managed to fill the van up. So that was 120 odd quid. So I went down there first thing Monday morning. Filled it up. And then went out this morning. Well, I emptied out again yesterday. And I made 120 odd quid. So last night I had an empty van. And then did a few pickups this morning. And a few collections and a few pickups. And I had to go and empty the van out, so that was another 50 quid. And then pick this up. Now I'm going to pick up a load of stuff that the scrapyard gave me the address for. I'm going to go back there now, and because I had to pick this one up. This was a collection of mine. And I'm going to go back there and pick that up. And I've driven by it and it looks quite a bit, so as long as no one's half-inched it away, it should be alright. So yeah, I'm just going through. This is Fordingbridge, pretty little town in the Far East. Pretty little town. Pretty little church here. Pretty. That's the right word, pretty. Norman church, I think that is, because they ain't got a spire. Only got the tan. Having a bit of work done to it. I say this is the old part of town, but it's like everything's old here. All this is old. So I guess this used to be the centre and then it sort of expanded a bit. Got a river going through it. I don't know what river it is. Well done. A few pubs here still. Oh, it used to be a pub, it's now an Italian. Then you got the ship in there. Then you got the Crown. I think there's another pub down there on the left. Down there. Used to be a number of pubs here. A lot of them all closed down. George down here. Quite picturesque as we go over the river here. Tired. So we're just going back now towards Ringwood, down to Christchurch. That's Christchurch, then back to literally just where the scrapyard is, because he's just round the corner. It's Paul that I've got to go and see now. It's a nice little ride. So what's been happening? Well, not a lot really. I'm just ticking away. I'm not overdoing it. Trying to get myself back to fighting fit. Still losing the odd pound, which is good. It's cooled down a bit, which is even better. Oh, I sweat like a racehorse. I still am, to be honest with you. It's I tell you what, shifting metal about is a there's a bit of graft goes on. It's like having a mini workout half a dozen times a day. Yes, it can only be good for me, can't it? It can only be good. So this is the main Ringwood Salisbury Road. Yeah, nice road. God, yawning. Bends. God alive. I'm now nearly out of fluid. Go and do this one job and I'm going home. I don't even know what time it is. What time is it now? It's 11:25. Lunch. I ain't even had breakfast yet. I might go home and have some porridge. That's the last of my coffee done as well now. Ugh. I was talking to some couple of lads this morning. They were collecting rubbish. They were doing like rubbish collection. So I stopped and I said, "Oh, what lads? How you doing?" I said, "If I give you my card," I said, I collect scrap metal, but I don't do all the shitty stuff like you do. I said, "You collect scrap metal as well?" He said, "Yeah." I said, I have been asked a couple of times about rubbish clearance, but if you're local, then I'll give us your card. I'll use you, mate. I just want to see if we had any metal on board, really. So anyway, he said, "Yeah, we collect all the metal and all the rest of it." And okay, no worries. So I was down this Victorian street. I was down. And right by where he was parked, or just up the road, or about 4 or 5 houses up, there was a big metal roof rack. And I thought, well, he hasn't picked that up. I'll go back and get it. So I did. And I saw him on another street. And he'd driven by a load more metal, like a shelving unit that I'd picked up. I thought, and then a stairgate, and then some washer dryers. I thought he done pick up metal, so it all ended up in my van. It's all money. You think, oh, why are you stopping for a washer dryer? It weighs nothing, but it may not weigh nothing. It might weigh a kilo. That's 15p in my pocket. If I was walking along the road and I saw 15p on the floor, I'd pick it up. I'm not going to drive out of my way to go and get it, but if I see it on the side of the road, I'll stop and throw it in the van. So that's how I work. I look for the big stuff. And whilst you're crawling around, because you're out anyway, there's always lots of little stuff floating about. Always. I don't know, you guys and girls that are watching this, do you leave metal outside your house for the scrap metal man? If not, why not? If you leave stuff outside your house, it's free. I mean, we've left various bits of we've got a little bit of a green outside on that, with a tree on it outside ours. So us and a few of the other neighbours, we're always leaving something out there. Yeah, and it goes like, with bits of furniture and shelving and stools, and there's all sorts of boxes. There's all sorts of plastic crates. There's been all sorts that, you know, you can stick it outside the thing. On a green and it disappears. So if somebody can make use of it, why not? So I'm just wondering, do you guys do that? Do you put metal out for the scrap man? Let him earn a crust? And if not, why not? All the things that you've got lying around your house now, all the rubbish that well, not rubbish, but all the things that you never use that could be recycled. Like, you know, people ask me, oh, what sort of things do you recycle? What sort of metal do you collect? Is that anything that's metal? Well, like what? Well, like everything. Like you go for your kitchen cupboards. I bet you've got an old blender in there. I bet you've got an old mixer that you haven't used since 1974. You might even have a couple of toasters kicking about at the right at the back of your cupboard. An old pressure cooker that you've never used. You know? Baking trays. When was the last time you baked anything? Oh, where's he going? You know, all these sorts of different sorts of things. Old metal pots and pans and trays and stuff like that. That's all good for the scrap man. I say dryers, clothes dryers, you know, those things that, you know, you put too much washing on and they collapse. They're shite. What lane do I need to be in here these days? I'll just stay in this one, I think. Does he even know? Yeah, any old electrical goods, all those old phone cables, USB cables, all the old video cables, old video recorder. I bet you got a video recorder stashed away somewhere, haven't you? Old VHS, never used in the last 10-15 years. Old phones, old computers, laptops. So this is now onto the Wessex Way. Main road into Bournemouth. We come off at Christchurch, turn left. Yeah, anything like that. All the old electrical stuff you've got kicking around, all the old power tools you've got in the shed, old barbecues that are rusting away at the bottom of your garden. Got that manky old wheelbarrow. You haven't repaired the puncture since 1950s. Do you know what I mean? All this stuff you got kicking about, stick it outside the front door for the scrap man. He'll appreciate it, he'll love you. Or if you're a bit of a hoarder and you reckon you've got enough to fill my van, let me know. I might even come and get it. I quite fancy a road trip. Well, we take boy Wonder back to university this weekend. He goes on Sunday. Back up to that dirty old town London. And then Maddie goes travelling mid-October. So she ain't got long left either. She's back sometime just before Christmas. So it'll be an empty house again. Nice and quiet. And we go to the butter dish and there'll be butter in it. And I'll go to get the milk out and there'll be some milk. And I'll go to make myself a new Paul Pagnell and there'll be some bread. And there won't be piles of washing up. And the gorgeous Kira won't have, well, yeah, because she does all the washing. She's the washing maestro. So the gorgeous Kira won't have so much washing to do. Just my shitty old clothes from scrapping. You don't have to get dirty in this game as well. That's the other thing that no one tells you. You get filthy dirty. I managed to pull up and pick the radiator up today, and all the rusty old juice that was in the radiator, I tipped it up and then managed to pour it all down my leg and it filled my boot up. Fucking lovely. Yeah, that was a good start for the day. I've picked up 8 radiators today. All the rubbish in there, they've been fly tipping, dirty bastards. There's tons of it. All I've got to do is put a camera up there, they get them all the time. We're coming off here, Christchurch. Top of Fairmole, turn right, Jumpers Corner, turn right, out the south corner up to the scrapyard. And the bloke who's where the house is, they back onto the scrapyard, and apparently he got a ladder, climbed up over the back wall and shouted down to the boys in the scrapyard and said, I've got a load of scrap that needs picking up. So I got the nod, so I'm going round to see him. They don't pick up little bits themselves, but they, like I say, they get phone calls and they just farm out to a few of us boys. It's all about building relationship. If you get, it's like, you know, I don't get any reduction in price. You know, they don't chip me on price for it, so it's free money, isn't it? I've done one other job for him. That was a big garage door. Or have I done another one? No, I did a big garage door for him. My man picked it up. There was a wheelbarrow and a few other bits and pieces. Yeah, I picked it all up. So this is Christchurch. What's going on here? Turning right here. Yes, we're going down the road now that has been closed for the last 2, 3, 4 weeks. Bumps. So you may as well stay with me until I get to where I'm going. They were digging the road up all the way down here. Something to do with the gas mains. I don't know. Well, there must have been a problem somewhere along the line. Just around here, around here somewhere. Digging the road up. And a bit further. A bit further down here. There. See where the places where they've dug the road up. Lots of little holes. Then there was a big hole here. Yeah, as soon as I've done here, I'm going to go home and have a bit of a rest. Well, I might be going back in the scrap. I'll see how much they look like. There was a fair bit, so I'm going to go and have a look, and then see how much I fill the van up. Bloke there, sat in that bus stop. He just goes, I saw him, he was in the bus stop further up the road earlier. I think he just goes up and down this road. So it was probably an hour ago, he was right at the top of this road. Now he's down the bottom waiting to go back up again. But he does it on a regular basis. I often see him. I picked up something. I picked two things up yesterday. One was, well, I can show you. Well, one was on the entrance to the scrapyard. Yeah. You looking? There you go. Go on, blimey. If you want to pull out, it's always best to look. And yeah, one was right on the entrance. It was a black metal stool that had been run over half a dozen times. And then literally 3 houses up to where the scrapyard is, there was a big metal shelving unit outside someone's house. I thought, I'll have that. It was quite heavy, about 4 or 5 kilos. It's worth a quid. Right, it's around here somewhere. I've got to go. I saw it earlier. It's here. Something like down there. Let's have a look. See what we got. Right, speak to you all later.